Muay Thai clinch. When I get needed a Muay Thai clinch. Got expertise in a Muay Thai. Yeah, better get sweep in a Muay Thai. Needed a clinch. I'll hold it.
I can. What's up, my man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all.
Appreciate you taking the time. You're in Niagara now.
Yeah, I just got here today, so I just flew in and just getting everything in order for tomorrow, getting started on the weight cut tomorrow. So
Beauty.
just
How?
how I always pardon?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I always just like to get my ducks in a row before I start.
Yeah, yeah. Get there and just get planted. Really is a big thing. I just saw you speak with Andy Cotterill from MMA Andy there.
Yeah,
Even the guys that are working the booth, they like to go in and just get an extra day or two before they rush right in, just cage side. So I couldn't imagine, obviously, if you're competing. But
for sure, for
looking
sure.
looking forward to this, man. You are truly a Rubik's cube. On all ends there. Obviously shown it in your skills, representing Canada really well. Like you said, it's one of your favorite things to go and on home turf and take out their guy and silence everyone. I think that's, as a fan, that's one of my favorite things. My first interview ever was with one championship double champ Rigi Inertial right after he silenced a crowd in Thailand. And it's just something else. There's nothing like it.
No, there truly isn't, when I first started going down to even Wisconsin and Minnesota as an amateur, it was just yeah, it was a good feeling, everyone's rooting against you a little bit. They're kind of yelling at you, booing. And for some guys that kind of gets in their head. Me, I prefer it,
Yeah.
I do like it. So I'm excited to do it again. And it's going to be a good night for me and unfortunately a bad one for him, but that's just the game. So
Yeah, yeah, it really is. You're dialed in. I look at it as gamesmanship from the crowd. It's kind of expected. You almost like it. You like to see a
of course,
guy get dogged out and people booing, and then he silences everyone, and then they end up fans
of
after
course.
that.
I was
'Cause
just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I
yeah,
always, you know, I would say like still root for your guy just because I beat him. Don't not root for him.
yeah,
Like if that's your guy, ride for him. People don't switch up on their football team as soon as they lose one game.
very true, very true. You're staying active. You're staying dialed in. You're all or nothing guy, which is really nice to see. Um, you've said it yourself. Why even do this if I'm not going to go all the way and put everything into it? That's one of our favorite things to see as a fan because you see guys that are dedicated, but this is a new dedication. You said you're fighting with one hand. Your team was saying you're fighting with one arm tied back, and you made the move to Team Alpha Male. That's massive for fans to watch a new fighter, right? Because you're at the early stage of your pro career, but on the biggest stage possible, to get that call anytime. Look at Ethan Ewing this past weekend.
Yeah, no, that it's you take like inspiration. I mean, like shout out Ethan, but my teammate's Billy Brand, so I'll always be repping Billy Brand. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, that's that. Yeah, but it's true, right? You try to put yourself in these positions, and I don't know. I'm not the type of guy that is trying to like find easy fights.
yeah.
I'm not afraid to take the whoever, right? So as long as they're in my way between me and the UFC, and that's what I want, so I'm gonna fight whoever they put in front of me every time.
That's perfect. It's funny because Carly Connor, the one that does some media or the head of media and relations for LFA there, you're taking on her husband. Funny enough, she's the one that set up this interview. But I chose
Yeah,
your
I
name.
know. I
I
knew
was
that.
like, oh, I got to talk to my Canadian guy, man. There's no way I'm not gonna chat with him. So um, it's bittersweet on her end. She even her setting it up. She's like, I don't usually say this, but he's fighting my husband.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I would hope that she's like, as much as it's business, don't get me wrong, as much as
Yeah,
it's business, that's her husband. So
yeah.
obviously she wants him to win, but like that's supposed to be their big family night.
The
Like I
game,
said, I
right?
go in there. I go in there, I spoil the show, and I take what's mine. And the conqueror, he takes another territory, puts like fucking Canadian flag right in that middle of that's New York State here.
That's the best, man. After a nice, sexy round one finish, because you've been piling those up. You fought on the Throne MMA shows as well, down in
Yeah, I fought on
Minnesota,
them
is it?
like once, yeah,
One time, yeah,
once.
yeah, yeah. I was looking at it. You just basically because it obviously the on the amateur side too, MMA um illegal for obviously the longest time in Ontario. These laws
Exactly.
finally have just passed. Now it's legal, thank God. But it's insane. I don't think a lot of people realize where Canada is in a sense of MMA, especially for our talent, right? Like you said, it was hard to find sparring partners and proper talent. But now that amateurs opened up, that's going to build more and more and more. So we're able to hit a new level here.
Yeah, the crops just like diversifying, right? You see it even like some of the I mean, these young kids make me feel old. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even that old. What's going on here? So that it's cool to see, and they're just it's always like evolution, right? Everyone's
Mhm.
evolving, and so is the game at all times. So you either keep up or get left behind, and
Exactly.
so Canada's trying to hold their spot. We've had a few rough goes, so we gotta represent, and we got our guy GSP. So he's the arguably greatest of all time. So I think the next generation of Canadian fighters are really going to lead the way, especially myself.
100%, 100%. And it shows like LFA too, being that basically college football to the NFL, that MMA level, getting guys into the UFC, getting the right guys. I've had Ed on before. He said, if I see one of these guys are doing excellent, I want them to leave. I don't even want to see them here again. He wants you guys to
Oh, of
exceed,
course. Yeah, yeah.
excel.
He's like, he understands what he's selling, and it's true. LFA, the future is now. Like, it's where the future is now. It's the truth, because how many fighters on the roster are from LFA? So I think it's the spot you want to be. I've been fighting here since my second pro fight. I've been wanting to, right? That's always been I remember growing up like seeing it. So I can't say it's always been a dream of mine. Like, obviously dreams change and they evolve. Now it's the UFC, and things just keep you're always chasing that next carrot, but sometimes it's nice to sit back and be like, yeah, that's exactly where I want to be.
Yeah, I was just on with Ron Kruk, commentator, and he was saying the exact same thing. And he knows that's what LFA is. That's what they know. That's the brand of it, to be there for the guys, to get them primed for the big stage, especially on short notice. And then also the amount of main events and title holders that LFA alum have, right? You have 18 main events were LFA this year. You have four current champions in LFA, so they're the ones building the proper tough guys. And then, of course, shows like A1, Uriah Faber, all these shows priming guys for the next level.
Yeah, it's important, I think, too, to fight the right competition. It's an important thing. Like, what's the point of stacking your record with cans?
Mhm.
Like, I don't see a point.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And your opponent there, he has, like you said, his based on his last performance did not look up to par. Like you said, losing each round. Um, has some finishes to his record, right? Same close record to yours as well. But the way he looked just wasn't there. Are you expecting a change in that at all? Or you're just, that's yeah,
Course it had,
yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, I would expect so, right? I
Yeah.
expect him to come across that cage and try and take my head off in front of his home, his hometown. That's his job.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, I mean, if he doesn't show up to do so, like, I'm prepared to do it myself. So
Hmm.
like, I'm prepared to take him out. So I think he's gonna come out a little more aggressive. I would only assume so. I know after my loss that I wanted to change some things about my performance. So that's the lens that I look at it through.
Yeah, I don't see it going past one, honestly, just from both of you, just because you both are like you're a quick finisher. And if this is the case, and I think it's an early night, so um yeah, it's nice night Niagara Falls. Enjoy that. Let's for anyone that does watch here, just go back with Andy's interview as well, because I don't want to touch too much on his. You just talked to him, yet exact same questions kind of deal. Let's go into a little bit more of this side. Are you a hip hop guy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah. What are you insinuating what I'm thinking you're insinuating?
What are you are you a 90s? Are you a 90s hip hop head?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like
Beautiful.
who isn't? Who doesn't like
Beautiful.
the Tupac Biggie? You know, who doesn't
Beautiful,
like
man.
that? Like,
Okay, who's your who are you listening to right now? Because I'm a big music guy. If I'm not doing this or talking with guys, I got music
well, I mean,
mental
it's
on,
always
you know.
50 Cent, man. Like always, I'm always on that 50 Cent. Like I can't lie. You
That
know,
that Eubank walkout with 50 was something else, eh? That was crazy.
yeah, that was great. But definitely, I can't. Right now specifically, it's funny. I've actually been listening to a lot of Russ, a lot of
Oh,
Russ.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Respect on him, the Atlanta guy.
Yeah, yeah. My buddy was a good fan. He's put me onto some of Russ. I've been on like Big Crit and Yellow Wolf right now. That's like right where I'm in the midst. And then I
Okay.
always fall back to Nate Dogg. That's like my go-to.
Yeah, RIP, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
The G-Funk gets me going. Yeah.
yeah, Nate Dogg's great.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. What about movies? What kind of movie guy are you?
Oh,
When you have
dude,
that time.
I'm a nerd, bro. I'm a nerd. Like I'll rip some Transformers. Like who doesn't love like a good OG Transformers? Like 2007, like that was the prime. Life was good. So that was when life was fun.
I love that, man. I'm a big Marvel guy, but that
Oh,
first
shout out Marvel too,
Transformers, yeah,
100%.
yeah,
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 100%.
yeah. I went down some like weird, like old Japanese film trajectory recently. I was watching like this and I'll send you it because you might enjoy it. It's about martial arts and shit. It's really good. The movie's called Ran. It's from like 1980 something. And they use 1,000 horses and like 1,000 soldiers, and they burn down a Chinese castle or Japanese castle. There's no CGI. The film is incredible. It's just like really big story. It's good. It's like 3 hours. Japanese epic, that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah, war mode. Get me right dialed for this fight or what?
Yeah, it's slow. It's a slow progression, but by the end of it, you're like peeling your face off. It's bananas, man. So Thunder Bay, Ontario, growing up, there's obviously the biggest representative there, I think that's where Terry Fox had his that last
That's where
part of
he
his
learned.
race,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where he had his last run, man.
Yeah.
The Terry Fox Highway for sure. I used to go to that monument as a kid, so
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's good old Thunder Bay. I love that place.
Do you still reside there?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Nice.
I do.
Nice. So
Yeah.
that must
You
mean a
know,
lot for you then to be another rep for Thunder Bay. That's pretty big, man. Coming in, especially to the
100%. Like
States.
that's where I was like born and raised, made me who I am. And I think everyone from there can attest to like what that means, in their own way. So I think it's important to know that we can, that small city, like we can,
Hmm.
and we will, like, and I'll lead the way, and so is Devin, and it's been a big thing for everyone to see, especially for the younger generation, and not even just MMA, like whatever sport, right? We've had so many hockey players come out of that city too, so it's good to see kids get to see that, if you actually dedicate yourself to something, it will happen, and it's really just how like hard are you willing to work for it.
Did you do some amateur Muay Thai fights prior to doing MMA?
Never, never. I wanted
Okay.
to,
Okay.
but it never happened.
Well, it wasn't legal, right? So
No, they had it. They had it around,
in
but it was like
Ontario?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right before my MMA career, still
Mm.
like amateur MMA started. So
Okay.
it was good.
I was just in Toronto last weekend, worked it was a pro-am kickboxing event, doing some commentary and we had some WMO titles on the line, couple good knockouts, couple good wars. And then we
Cool,
got
man.
juniors fighting too, man. So it's nice. You got 8, 10 years old, 12 years old. They're priming that next generation, trying to make it like Thailand, get these kids 50 fights.
It'll be good. No, that's honestly it's good to see, and like it's funny. Kids can hurt each other a little less, you know.
Yeah.
Like they fight hard. Don't get me wrong, but they can hurt each other a little less, so they can learn how to fight well as youngsters, and then have all those skills built in.
They have one of the pound for pound best under 18 Canadian fighters. She's the under 18 WBC global champion is from Ontario there from that show, and she's been killing it. Her name's Fiza Miraz. She's like 14, 15 years old. She's fought like a 30-year-old lady in Thailand, knocked her out. Like
That
she's a
that's badass.
killer, man. Yeah, yeah. She's a fun fighter. It was
That's
funny.
badass.
She was overweight from Halloween candy this last weekend, so she's still a kid when it comes down to
Oh
it.
my gosh.
So talk to me
That
just about the transition going into LFA. It was only your second pro fight. It's kind of the sweet spot, obviously, for you to progress, right? Because this is the best route to the UFC. As opposed to fighting
for
in other
sure.
promotions from that stage.
Um, there, yeah, like I just kind of always knew, I was like, that's probably where you're gonna end up to be. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna take as long as it did, but I think my amateur resume like spoke for itself. Like it's like did very well, and then as a pro transition, like and started knocking off wins right away, and they gave me an opportunity in my second pro fight, and I capitalized on that as well. Like I did before, go into a guy's backyard and knock him out. So and that's kind of the performances they're looking for. So when your opportunity is there, you really gotta make the most of it.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm looking to do again here. So it's a full circle, it's rising through and just getting next fights and topping your last performance.
Um, let's say Dana White or Sean Shelby McMaynard, one of the two, three guys are listening after this performance. What would you say to them after this performance? Because I already know what you're going in there to do.
Is that like right now, honestly, like of course if they were there, don't get me wrong, I would make a call out, but I right now I think you got to earn it. Don't get me wrong. It's like I think you got to earn it. Like I think I'm definitely ready. Don't get me wrong. If they called me and said, "Do you want to do it?" Of course. But I look to like be that undeniable kind of guy. I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I want to be in the UFC. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready." It's like, no, I want them to look at me and go, "Yeah, we want that guy. We want that guy. He's clearly the next thing." And that's kind of what I just look to do. Just keep cementing it, keep knocking down the next guy they put in front of me. That's really, and Kevin's up next. Like, me and him are gonna go do battle, and all respect to him, but I'm coming to take his ass out. So
That's beautifully put, bro. And that's kind of not, I don't want to cliche it, but that's because you were talking about Andy about this too in the split decision mindset and all this, and that's what you said. You're like, I wouldn't take it. I want to go in there and be undeniable, and that's like that Habib mindset, man. That's that whole mentality. That's that champion mindset, really, in general, is not have any doubt with anyone, whether it be the fans, the judges, your coaches, yourself. You want to know that it's being done, and then put away everybody too. Um, it's exciting for a fan and for someone that's at this stage in their career where this opportunity, this hype, this level of Canadian MMA is at. Who are some of the fighters aside from GSP, even more recently that you've been looking at that you're like, shit, there's maybe some emulation there. And of course, aside from Uriah Faber as well.
well, yeah, yeah, I mean, I think I like to take a little bit from everyone.
Mhm.
There's so many things that I kind of am just I'm an observer. I'm an observer, and I like to watch and learn and like hear people explain techniques. So like especially like I don't know, like from recent MMA right now, like there's so much of Piotr Jan things that I like to emulate.
Mhm.
And then in wrestling departments, it's like you want to wrestle like Marab, right? You want to like when you wrestle someone, you want to be able to put them down like over and over, and then you want to be able to submit people like Islam. Like, it's like the way he just puts people away on the ground. Shout out Jack for not getting finished. Like, people can
Yeah.
say what they want about that fight, but I doubt anyone else could survive on the floor underneath Islam for 25 minutes. And a lot of people would get finished. So
He's finished all the guys in their championship fights, hasn't he? Everybody.
most, yeah, except Volkanovski, the first one. But when
Oh,
they
that's
when they
right.
fought,
Close one.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That was beautiful.
yeah. So it's that I always look at the game. It's always evolving, and just kind of it's weird. It comes back like it's like you see the dominant era of the strikers, the wrestlers, the strikers, the wrestlers, and I think just having a well-rounded game puts you in a great position to be successful. And I think it's a prerequisite to having like a championship caliber talent, like, chance, like, to be in there. If you don't have everything in the bag, then you're probably gonna run into guys who are better than you, like better than you in some areas. And if you can't adapt and overcome and change your style and adapt, like exactly what I'm saying, like you can't change your style in the adversity, then you're probably gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, you end up as kind of that gatekeeper if you can make it to that top 15 level and just stay there. I love Gerald Meerschaert after that one punch KO with Hamzat Chimaev. He had to make major adjustments. He just got finished again, I believe, by strikes as well. And it's just like not to pick out on a single guy, but as a good example of it, there was really no evolving on the feet there. I was hoping to see a big, big, big improvement in his boxing. But there's no chance there really at this point. I mean, look at Ilia Topuria, right? Like you said, the strikers, the wrestlers. Do you think Islam and Ilia will ever end up going at it?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of Islam's call now, so he's gonna kind of call the shots exactly how he was at 55. And I got the belt with that. It's a higher weight class, so
Yeah, it's getting interesting, man. 100%. So the cusp of the UFC right here, man. A couple of more fights. So let's say, three fights away from a title, 4 fights away from a title. It doesn't take much in the LFA. You get 5, 6, 7 wins in there. They're putting you up against the champ.
well, and that's kind of what I was insinuating, right? Like with like the work to do. Like I was there in when Barzilay and Richie fought, like Miranda. Like I was there. I was watching intently. There's no two ways about that. Like that's my weight class. Like,
Hmm.
I'm looking at them, so that's just the way it is, right? Like, you look at those guys and they're at the they're at the spot that you want to be. So I've been watching those fights, and that was a good war. So I definitely would. That's what I'm entertaining. That's what I'm looking to see. Like those are the guys who I'm looking to fight.
Perfect. Perfect. It's LFA really does it right, man. Especially that they have it on Fight Pass and make it accessible for everyone. And they're constantly looking. When I did the pod with Ed, he's put out the email. He's like, if you guys are ready, if anybody listening, if anyone has anyone that is ready to come up to the big stage, shoot them an email. Get ready because they will accept if you're in the area, if you make the travel, if you make weight, they will put you on. It's crazy. As long as your topology isn't too nasty.
No, like that's the thing, right? Like they want the regional scene to be like the highest level that they can attain on that regional scene. So
Mhm. Oh, that's perfect, bro. So we're on Tuesday now, so you're 3 days out here basically. Doors
yeah,
open at what, 5:30, I believe prelims are on at 6:30. You're on the prelims, not the early, or are you on the main card?
I'm on the main card.
Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, folks can tune in. That'll be 8:30 p.m. Central here. I'm in Winnipeg for the record.
You're
It's
in Winnipeg. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I was living in Toronto for a bit, but I got some I got some opportunities with the WBC, so we're trying to work some stuff in here. Hopefully, do a show, Muay Thai, and all that kind of stuff. Open that up here. So
Right on, right on.
yeah, trying
Shout
to.
out Winnipeg.
Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah. It's Or slept on, but we got gyms, man. We got like 10, 12 gyms.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
We got some fighters, man. Yeah. Talk to me about your sponsors, how they've been helping you out through your career here.
So, Bands on Feet, it's one of my longtime friends, like Wolf Bannon. He's been really, giving me the opportunity to chase the stuff, like this, and they provide me with the means to go after my goals. And same with Macero Construction, Barry Macero, long like he's so my friend, that's my friend's father, and he's like a cross country ski champ, so he kind of knows what that grit takes and that determination to be willing yourself to be a champion. And then Smoke Signal as well. My buddy Blade Collins, he also is a friend of Wolf's, and they both support me, and it's I owe the world to them, So it's like when I go out to make performances like I'm going to do, it's honestly all because of them. Like in all actuality, like they are the reason I get to do all of this.
It really gives and gives back too, because you go out and then you perform the way you do and represent them and us properly by putting in that work, man. Um, no, we don't get to be fans without fighters. We don't get to have a sport without you guys too. So it really is a give to give back kind of deal. So it works both ways. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I really appreciate them, and I'm glad that you touched on that because it just gives me a chance to like I'm wearing like Wolf's, like that's my hoodie I'm wearing right now, and
Oh, it's
then
nice.
like
It's
the two.
clean.
Yeah, it's the two, like they're I represent these guys and I do it proudly because like they're the people, like they're what I am, right? They're from
Mhm.
Thunder Bay. Like, those are my people. I resonate with them deeply. So
Well, and they're also telling their friends about you fighting. They're also sharing the word about the sport. That's another major thing too, right? Like, I hope we're like soon to the days of where, you know, the streets fill because there's a world championship fight on. It does that in some areas, but I feel like we're just like almost there in Canada, whereas it's becoming more mainstream.
yeah, it's definitely making more wave,
Hmm.
Definitely fighting is becoming more popular.
Hmm.
As it should, I think the Warriors should get the respect that they deserve. So
Hmm. It's nice to have another Canadian champion there, Shannon Clark. Um,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
shot her a message earlier today. We were going back and forth, and Um, Eleni Pereira beat basically the next in line, right, for the title, so she might be the next one. So it'd be really cool. I was talking to Ron about this on how, you know, Shannon's goes under the radar, not a big gym, all that kind of stuff. And then you have Plinio Cruz, Glover Teixeira. Yeah, it gives this like global feeling of a matchup. And I love that LFA does that. Our amateur world tournament in Italy, we had a fighter from Winnipeg, and he was taking on one of Liam Harrison's guys from Bad Company.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're thinking about this. You're like, we're just from Winnipeg, and he's taking on this guy. You're fighting guys in New York. You're training with Uriah Faber now. Like you said, not just in this sport, but it's real. You put in the work, you can get there. You can get in the same room, you show up, and these opportunities present themselves if you're ready.
Yeah, 100%, and I'll give Devin Lozay like huge credit for that, for kind of putting me on to go out there and diversify my game, and it's been nothing but good. Like, Sacramento's a great spot to train. There's tons of good training partners out there, and they've definitely helped me get ready for these fights onto a different level.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Well, I'll leave you with that, Kelton. I know your time is precious and you're out there to relax before you do some weight cutting and all that shit. So I do appreciate your time. I wish you all the best in there this weekend. Any final words, any final thank yous, obviously to family and friends as well, anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. Big shout out to my girlfriend, man. She holds it down. So she's got to get that shine too, Love her to death, respect her.
Awesome.
So right on, man.
Fucking
I
right. So I
appreciate you
appreciate the
taking the
time,
time for the
man.
interview.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep in touch. We'll be talking over the course of your career, man, because this is the kind of stuff that gets me going too, is someone that's this dialed in, this talented, with the proper people behind him and the proper promotion behind him. I was telling Ron that, guys and girls on their come up. In other sports, you can look at college football, college basketball. These guys are on ESPN. They're getting highlights. They're getting a magazine cover if they go to McDonald's to get a McGriddle, and it's not like that for fighters yet, but we're getting there. And it's nice to see guys like yourself get that shine in there. So all the best to you, and I thank you for the time and the time you put into the gym because nobody sees the unseen hours you guys do. So truly do appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. You have yourself a good night.
Cheers, brother. We'll keep in touch, eh? You have a good one and easy weight cut to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Cheers, brother.